Now, if people wanted to follow you and check out your music and check out where you're playing, where can they do so?
They can a lot of places. I always post where I'm playing on Facebook or Instagram, which is just Larry Ladale, Larry Ladale.
Okay.
Everywhere that I am on the internet, Twitter. Yeah, I just got a TikTok.
Okay.
Last week.
I haven't even messed with that.
And so it's like Instagram stories on steroids.
Right. Yeah, that's
Are
right.
you figuring it out?
I just did a post today. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
I have no followers, and I haven't followed anybody. So I'm just
You're brand new. You're
I'm brand new. 0-0.
Yeah.
First quarter. So all across the board, it's Larry Ladale. No underscores, no punctuation or spaces. You can find my music on aforementioned Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, everything else, Tidal, Deezer, iHeartRadio. SoundCloud, I'm starting to post things there on my own just because people like to go there too.
That's true. There's a lot of music coming out of SoundCloud.
And I just make sure that I copyright it and get my legalities down first before I put it up. And I'm always LarryLadale.com.
Oh,
that's new.
You have a website.
That's new.
You got merch yet? You got T-shirts?
I got some stickers designed.
Ooh.
We're gonna start with, and the logo is on. It's on the website.
Okay.
And I have stories.
This is nice.
I have stories galore. Like I have a friend. I'm not gonna mention his name. But
I like that logo.
Yeah.
Check this
picture.
out.
I designed that logo because I had a friend who. He's a graphic designer.
Yeah.
I've known him since high school. I said, man, these are my ideas. And I shot him everything. And just, 2 months later, we still didn't have a logo. And I was like, we're kind of going back and forth. And I said, hey, we're not going back and forth anymore because I'm the one in the trenches. I've seen promoters misspell my name, even though it's the same everywhere. It's Ladale, like how it sounds. And they misspell it. And, I don't fault them. They're doing with a lot of artists, but graphic designer said, I don't want to give them an excuse to keep misspelling my name. And long story short, we still didn't have a logo, and I was just like, I'm just going to have to take this upon myself. And so I had to design a logo, and I like stars. I like orange. It's just kind of like circles.
Yeah, it looks really good.
And I just dove into WordPress and put together a website. I like simplicity, as you can see.
Yeah, I mean, you're figuring it all out yourself, which is even better. Because if somebody wants to come along and do it for you later, you're like, okay, that's great, but fix this, maybe do this,
And so I post my schedule there on the website and on those, I'm going to say platforms, websites or apps, we call it social media. There you go.
They're all platforms, they're all apps, they're all websites somewhere. So, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to mention at least this one that's coming out after we release the podcast. So March 7th at Truth Vinyl.
There we go.
In Arlington, you'll be playing at 7 p.m.
Yes. We're doing that's going to be a nice show. So y'all should come out to that one.
Yes.
Basically, we did remember the Arlington Music Lottery?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course, I played in it.
You were one of the, you guys were one of the bigger bands. Not together, obviously, separately.
No.
That's the first time I've seen you play music.
Yeah, that's the first time I played music in front of anybody here in Texas.
Yeah, in Texas.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You did fine.
I did okay.
You did good.
All right.
You killed it on the drums, and you killed it singing.
I said, she's playing the drums?
Yeah.
She's singing? Didn't you play guitar once, too?
No, I didn't touch the guitar, but I can. That's actually my primary instrument. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but
didn't even play that one.
She didn't want to step on Kim's toes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kim's a soloist first and foremost,
and expert busker.
Yes.
She's the Busketeers.
If you don't know anything about busking, Kim is the one to talk to.
Okay, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Oh, March 7th. That'll be me, Iggy Meggie, and Chef D.
Okay.
And so I'll go on at 9, and then
Okay.
the other folks will figure out who goes first. But that was the musicians that I was playing with for the lottery.
Oh, you guys are still playing
They
together?
were just, we're going to rehearse tomorrow.
That's
All right.
awesome. Yeah.
You guys did so good. That
And
police
so,
cover was like.
thanks.
I thought
Incredible.
because I walked in as that song was being played, and I was like, why are the police here? But they
Get out of
weren't.
here,
Yeah.
Sting.
Sting, get out of here.
Anyway,
Who brought Sting in as a ringer?
Copeland, you can stay, but everybody else is going to go.
Yeah, that was They have their own thing going called Space Coyote,
Mm-hmm.
and they just after that, let's keep in touch. And I sent them a bunch of music, and they liked it. And as an artist, sometimes you just, there's been times I said, hey, I'm doing this, and this is all the stuff I'm doing, and I'm trying to do a band, man. This is what's up. One comment, 4 likes. And this is in a group of 1,500 musicians and artists, so it's like, man, what did I do wrong? And I did that 2 more times, and it got the same reaction.
Mm-hmm.
And then this time, it's just like, we love your music, let's do a show. And it just kind of happened.
Cool.
And
Well,
so
awesome.
I said, hey, if y'all want to do some Space Coyote stuff too, let me know. But that'll be a Larry Ladale deal that night.
Okay.
And so we're doing $5 pre-sale, $7 at the door.
Okay.
And it's gonna be good. I'm doing another show in Oklahoma the next weekend,
I see that.
and I don't know how much time you got. That's a cool story, but if you
Go
don't
ahead.
have time,
Yeah.
So like I said, I played rugby
Mm-hmm.
started at University of Oklahoma after wrestling didn't work out,
Mm-hmm.
and then ended up playing club up there, and then I ended up playing men's club for about 7 years here. And so every year up there in Oklahoma, they have a varsity alumni reunion. It's always the weekend before spring break, that weekend before St. Patrick's Day.
Right.
And so we used to have our own clubhouse, the rugby clubhouse. It was built by the football stadium.
Okay.
And old school, they would run out of the clubhouse and they're on the field.
Ah.
It's like-
cool.
And they had a commentator, and it was
Yeah.
like 70 style. Like everything was right by this. The clubhouse was like a cabin looked like.
Yeah.
And the field's like right there, and it's like great game. And then they go party at the clubhouse. The clubhouse is kind of hidden under this barrage of trees.
Yeah.
So if you drive by the football stadium, you can't see it.
Oh.
And so what they did was they gutted the field and built a parking lot because they were building an indoor track next door. They took their field. So they said, hey, sorry we took your field. We're going to build you a new one all the way across campus by the basketball coliseum.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, oh, that sucks, whatever. And they gave them it's probably one of the nicest fields I've ever played on. They're like, okay, cool. And so over time, we would play there and go to the clubhouse, the old clubhouse. But because of some bad situations that happened on campus, the campus is now dry. They don't let tailgating happen like it used to. Campus was dry, and then they let tailgating happen because it's a tradition. And they pushed the tailgating back further away from the stadium, which is dumb because you want the enemy to come and see all red and people getting rowdy, and you're just like, oh man,
Like, I don't want to mess with this.
yeah, this is a crazy environment. So, it affected the clubhouse. Now they can't party all night at the reunions like they used to.
Right.
People kind of going their own separate ways after the game. Some people going to the city, which is 20 minutes away. Some people going here and there. And it's not the same when I was there, when all the young guys, old guys came to the clubhouse. It's packed out.
Right.
You're talking about the game. You just played against each other. It's this camaraderie thing. Over the years, it's kind of lost. And so I said, I don't see anybody really doing anything about it. And so there's this guy named Mike Hosty. He's a one-man band, and he plays at this place called the Deli. And that was a tradition across campus, especially with the rugby players. Sunday night, you pay it's like $2. You pay $3 to get in. It's a red cup special. The cup's like this big. $2 refills.
That seems about right.
On the cup.
Yeah.
So if you do the math, it's $5 entry with a drink.
Yeah.
$2 refills. And then I said, wait, what if I just book a show at that same place?
Yeah.
That Saturday night, so everybody has a excuse to go somewhere and not go off somewhere else.
Right.
So I call them, and they're like, yeah, and I told them the whole story. And he's like, okay, yeah, that sounds great. A week later, he emails me. He's like, how about you play for a couple hours and Hosty close out the night? I was like, what? So I'm basically opening up for Hosty, that one man band.
No big deal.
And I told everybody, and they're coming already. So it's like,
that's badass.
I was, as an artist, you do this stuff, and you don't know if anybody, most artists like, I don't care what they think.
Right. But they really
it's kind of a backhanded lie because everything you're doing it has to resonate with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody has to like it.
Or why share it at all?
Exactly. And so I just put my neck out there, and it freaking worked.
That's what you have to do. I mean, the worst thing that can happen is people tell you no.
Yeah, literally.
I mean, that is the worst thing that can happen. And so, making those opportunities for yourself every day, that's how you grow as an artist and a person, frankly.
Yeah, it's been, I met y'all, like a year ago?
Yeah.
Like last summer?
Roughly a year ago, yeah.
Yeah.
About 6 to 8 months ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'd say probably about 6 months ago.
Yeah. It was still hot.
Yeah. So it was probably sometime in May.
I think it was about May.
Yeah.
But a lot is just 2020 is looking pretty nice. Not meteoric, but kind of, meteoric.
We don't know yet.
Just the small stuff is cool.
Yeah.
And so from what I was doing 5 years ago in a T-Mobile cubicle, tired every day, not able to really do music, to taking a dart to Dallas to go to work, to now where things have just been really nice. Y'all know about my pacemaker, right?
No.
Will you explain that story for your fans and the citizens?
The people who have stumbled upon my voice accidentally. Well, 5 years ago, my heart stopped and I died. So
how long were you dead for?
Like a minute and a half.
Do you have any recollection of what happened in that time?
No. I remember I was already in the hospital for chest pains, and they spent a week trying to figure it out, and they couldn't because they're like, you have a strong heart. Because I've been doing sports since I was 9 years old.
Right.
I started playing football and did track, rugby, wrestling, all the stuff I mentioned. So they put me on a treadmill. They did all these tests. It was like, man, we can't. Your blood enzymes are telling us something's broken, but we can't figure it out yet. And so then they just started throwing pills at me, trying to figure it out. And one of them, it made me feel bad. My symptoms came back. And so me and my girlfriend at the time were in the room, and I said, hey, let's talk to the doctors. Things aren't really going. She said, okay. I said, I'm going to go to the bathroom. All I remember is going to the bathroom, getting ready to go, and I got dizzy, and I blacked out.
Oh,
and I don't remember. So they said I hit the floor really hard.
I would imagine.
And that's because she was actually leaving the room. She heard me hit the ground. And came back in and was like, she's trying to slap me around, trying to wake me up, and I started turning gray. And then she called the nurse, and they did CPR a bunch of times. It didn't work. And so they shocked me, and it didn't work. And so they're getting ready to shock me again. They said I woke up. I don't remember. I only remember I remember waking up in the ICU, and I had a neck brace on, and my arms were tied to the bed, and my clothes were gone. That's all I remember.
Oh, wow.
And so I'm like, get out of here! Just like the movies where they're like freaking out. It's real.
I can imagine.
Like a close-up on your eyes, and they just open and go,
That's exactly what... So the movies, it always sounds like they're exaggerating.
Yeah.
But I do remember I opened my eyes real slow. Everything was foggy. Like you see in the movies, like the person standing over you.
Right.
They're talking.
Focus.
It sounds like they're underwater. And I'm like, man, okay. And they gave me adrenaline and morphine. I don't know why they gave me both. So I guess that was the morphine dream, that part. And then the adrenaline kicked in. It was like that. It was like, and two nurses trying to tap this left vein over here. I don't know why. This arm was tied down. I had a neck brace on. Clothes are gone. I have a gown on. Catheter. This doctor's over here barking orders. There's like 5 med students just
watching you,
freaking out, watching me.
Look at this weird case.
The clipboard, and my girlfriend at the time's in the corner freaking out. And I'm kicking. They had, I guess. Supposedly I swung at a nurse. I don't remember that.
How are you going to swing if your arms are tied down?
That's why they tie my arm down.
That's why. Gotcha.
That's why they tie my arm down, because I tried to punch at somebody.
Okay.
So what is the problem? Are you healthy now? Like, what did they find out?
They said I have something called Brugada syndrome, which is how it affects electricity in my heart. So how my heart breaks down sodium molecules. It has nothing to do with salt intake.
Right.
Just how the electricity. They think it's a DNA mutation. It's usually dormant. It's
well, your body will like